they say in life, money doesn't buy you happiness. Well, I say to those timid souls, they clearly haven't bought real estate. Gentlemen, my name is Nathan Gilbert, I'm your auctioneer today, working alongside David Tillman here today, who has kindly worn a suit just for today. He represents Louise Boats today, owner of 5 Peak Crescent, and here in Kaiapoi, which we bring to auction here today. I welcome you along to Harcourt's Four Seasons auction rooms as we conduct our auction here today for the sale of 5 Peak Crescent. Now, I'll take you back one last time through the auction agreement. The property is best described as a freehold title, the best land you can buy here in New Zealand. Our legal fraternity, well, they describe that as Lot 73, Deposited Plan 45541 on a record of title of 584021, being 350 square metres more or less. I take you to the auction agreement for the one last time. The conditions of sale today where you buy on a cash and unconditional basis along with the channels here today. That channel list, well, that remains unchanged, and I also notice that the clothesline remains in there. And don't get hung up on that. The settlement date, well, that's struck down for the 31st of October, but don't let that scare you if you haven't arranged otherwise. Now, it probably comes as no surprise today that we bid and buy with conduct. There are a few rules that we need to go by before we conduct our auction and go through the property one last time. It'll come to no surprise that our owner Louise has set a confidential reserve price which is tucked away in my pocket. That will remain confidential throughout the auction, and subject to that reserve price being reached or breached, he or she today who holds that highest bid will be our lucky owner. Now, throughout the auction, I may place bids on behalf of the owner. But don't worry, I'll clearly identify those bids as such, a vendor bid, and they will always be well below that reserve price. I reluctantly use them, but I will only use them in the absence of your bidding. And it's designed to keep that bidding upwards towards that reserve price to keep the flow of the auction going. Now, the thing that you're here for today is to hear the contract slap across my hand. At such time, you'll be required to do 2 things. Sign the contract of memorandum that I have here and pay the deposit equal to 10%. Now, if there's no other further questions, I'll get through the property description. Well, ladies and gentlemen, 5 Peak Crescent. I best describe this property as palatial, easy care, modern living. Built in 2020, there's not an EQC claim here in sight to worry about. It has all the modern fixtures that you would expect, and there'd be absolutely no cold feet in this room at this property once you set your feet on those heated tiles. And that's not where it ends. You've got the wood burner and you've also got the heat pump. Sit on that 350 square metre lot, you're never going to have to mow any lawns. Do you know why? There isn't any. And hey, the best thing about this property, the 3-car garaging. Try find a property of this size that you're wanting to downsize where you don't have to give up your Alfa Romeo. Now the location, well, that's set at the end of the cul-de-sac. You've got the Urban Revival Cafe at the end, you've got doctors, you've got all the amenities, and of course you're only 18 minutes away from the city. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to hear from me. I call for an opening bid or offer. Who starts the way? Well, surely 500,000 is a great place to start. Anyone want to take $500,000 away from me? Well, while you meditate, I won't hesitate. I'll unashamedly and reluctantly place a vendor bid on behalf of the owner at 500,000. So we start away at 500,000. Stays with me. Vendor bid at 500,000. We look for 550. Who takes up to 550? Who wants to go 50 on the rise to 550? But at 500,000, first call. Second at 500,000, looking for 550. Just a mere 50k on the rise. 18 minutes away from the city, but third call at 500,000. Well, the absence of your bidding, I'll place another vendor bid and raise that up to 550,000. Perhaps we move to 575 from here. But at 550, first call, looking for 575,000. Second call at 550 only. I'll take 560 if it makes it easier for you from here, but 550, looking for that 575 third call. Well, once again, I'll just take that bend a bit up to 575. The very last time, I'll call it away 3 times, and if there's no further bidding, we're simply going to pass the property in. But at 575 first call, if there's no further bidding, you may have to compete with that conditional market, but second call at 575,000. Third, quickly now at 570,000.